Retro Racing reports from 1959, Bob Barkheimer Associates presents Indoor Midget Auto Races, sponsored by the BCRA, which is the Bay Cities Racing Association, Oakland Exhibition Building out of Oakland, California. Kind of makes sense. Here we go. Hey, by the way, be sure to subscribe and like, share this video. From the Pits by Dan Radbruch. At the second round of the Pacific Coast Indoor Midget Championships, it was Johnny Baldwin and Chuck Lawler coming home as the winners of the 30-lap main events. On Friday night, Dave Moses posted the fastest qualifying time but lost out in a trophy dash to Tommy Cobb. In the heat events, it was Dickie Dice, Carl Parsons, Dick Reese, and Jerry Hall battling their way to victory. Reese came back to cup the final from Johnny Baldwin and Chuck Booth, and Dickie Dice won his second race by waltzing off with the consolation event. In the 15-lap semi-main, Jerry Hill won from Dave Emery and Chuck Booth. Johnny Baldwin bullied his way to victory in the 30-lap main as Tangles eliminated the early pace setters. Tommy Kopp was second, with Dave Steele winding up third. On Saturday night, Ed Normie clocked a near-record 8.64 seconds to top the 35 qualifiers. Dave Steele won the dash, with the action-filled heat races going to Chuck Booth, Dickie Reese, Tommy Kopp, and Ed Normie. Chuck Booth won the final from talented newcomer Glenn Denny and Dee Heilman. Scotty Scott, down from Spokane, Washington, won the Consi, outlasting Jim Bloberger and Ivan Harvey. In the semi-main, it was Jerry Hill and Dave Emery making it a habit as they repeated their 1-2 finish of Friday night, with Don Radbruch finishing third. Parenthetically, Don Radbruch wrote this article. The most serious accident of the season thus far took place in the consolation race as the throttle stuck for Jack Hamlin, who rode his car into the first turn guardrail at an estimated 60 miles an hour. Although Hamlin was pinned briefly in the wreckage of the Sam Horton Ford, he fortunately escaped with minor injuries. Hey, have you noticed that the starting fields at most of the races this year are composed of almost entirely of Curtis midgets? Thus far, only Dave Emery, Dickie Dice, Dave Lee, and Gary Seher have been able to crack the 24-car starting field in machines not built by Frank Curtis. This fact is for the most part no reflection on the skill of the drivers who were forced to sit out the races or run the consolation event. It's the automobile itself. The non-Curtises, usually referred to as rail jobs, even though they may have a tubular frame similar to a Curtis, just won't handle as well as the professionally built Curtis cars. It takes an exceptional rail job and a skillful job of qualifying on the part of the driver to make the program at these indoor events, more so than at outdoor ovals where straightaway speed is more of a factor. The smooth-handling Curtises allow the driver to goof a little, to slip a bit, to go into a turn a little too fast, to miss on the timing between brake, throttle, and steering just a fraction of a second and still hold his position, or turn into a respectable qualifying lap. Make one of these errors with a rail job, and the whole field goes by you, or the qualifying you wind up with is a time too slow to make the races. Thus the term rail job. You sit at the rail in the main event. One of the few local drivers who make a living from racing is capable Norm Rapp, pilot of Howard Seagar's number 10. In addition to campaigning Seagar's midget on the indoor and outdoor circuits and making most of the West Coast USAC races, Rapp has built up a thriving business in supplying race parts to the midget fraternity. He's built what started out as a part-time activity into a business that will soon outgrow the space available in the basement of his home at 931 Vienna Street in San Francisco. By having at hand a large stock of hard-to-find V8 60 engine parts, special racing tires, and items for both big cars and midgets, not to mention Mikal helmets, and hauling methyl alcohol to the races, Norm Rapp is performing a vital service for Bay Area racing men. No longer is it necessary to write, phone, or wire to Los Angeles for the special parts used on the midgets. Rapp has the parts in stock. The result is that the owner can have his car back in action the following night, even if he breaks such an obscure part as a set of 860 change gears for a Casale rear end. An excellent businessman, Rapp is slowly extending his services beyond the realm of midget racing and is able to supply such items as Mikal helmets for the youngsters who drive quarter midgets, and everything for a valve keeper to a complete engine for boat owners who use V8 60 engines. Probably the most impressive beginner racing indoors this season is Saratoga's Glenn Denny, owner and driver of car number 45. He has but 2 years of experience in the hardtops and half a season in the midgets. Denny already has the skill and polish of a veteran. Most drivers, no matter how much experience they've had outdoors, require several races on this oval before they learn the tricks and trade of an indoor track. Not so with Denny. He won his first start in the heat race and was well on his way to a main event victory last weekend when eliminated by an unfortunate tangle. Tabbed as a real comer in racing, Glenn Denny will surely be Rookie of the Year this indoor season at Oakland. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your comments down below.